Vision without logistics is fantasy. Logistics without vision is slavery. Today we balance both. For 4 weeks, we've been doing vision work, identity, purpose, values, strengths, environment. Beautiful, essential work. But if we stop there, all you have is a really well journaled dream and no plan to make it real. Today is the day we get practical. Timeline, finances, geographic location, family, risk tolerance, the real world constraints that determine how and how fast you can move toward the career you've designed. And here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Your constraints are not failures, they're design parameters. An architect doesn't curse the building code, they design within it and still create something extraordinary. That's what we're doing here today. 19 questions, the most of any video in this series. You got 5 narrative, 5 multiple choice, 5 risk tolerance, and 4 practical specifications. By the end, you'll have a transition readiness profile that turns your vision into an executable plan. So get your journal. This is the reality check. Let's go. But before we start, I need to address the elephant in the room. Some of you are going to look at your constraints today, your finances, your timeline, your family situation, and feel like the dream you've been building is impossible. It's not. It's just constrained. And constrained is not the same as impossible. Here's the framework. Every career transition has 2 categories of inputs. You have vision inputs, identity, purpose, values, strengths, environment, everything that you've built. These define where you're going. And then we have reality inputs, timeline, finances, geographic location, family, risk tolerance. These define how fast and by what route you can get there. Most career advice treats these as competing forces. Either follow your dream or be practical. That's a false choice. The real question is, given my reality inputs, what's the strategic path to my vision inputs? Look, a veteran with 12 months of savings, no kids, and willingness to relocate has a different route than a veteran with 2 months of savings, 3 kids in school, and a spouse's career anchoring them geographically. The same destination can be reached by both, but with different routes and different timelines. Today's questions map your route, honestly, without shame, because knowing your constraints is not defeat, it's operational intelligence. So let's figure it out. Question 1. What's your timeline for career change? Choose one of these. Immediately, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, 1+ years. Exploring options without timeline pressure. Choose one. Immediately, next 1 to 3 months. Short term, 3 to 6 months. Medium term, 6 to 12 months. Long term, 1+ years. Exploring options without timeline pressure. Pause the video. Choose your honest timeline. The strategic purpose. Your timeline determines your strategy type. Immediate timelines require laser-focused execution. Pick one target and sprint toward it. Optimize later. Long-term timelines allow exploration, skill building, and strategic positioning. Neither is better. They just require completely different playbooks. Look, if you're immediate, you need a survival strategy first. Fulfillment strategy, second. Stable income, and then pivot toward alignment. If you're medium term, you have the luxury of strategic positioning. Build skills, network, and apply precisely. If you're exploring without any pressure at all, use this time like gold. It's the most valuable position in career transition. Employed in exploring, don't waste it. Question 2. Write your geographic preferences. Where do you want to live? What cities, regions, or environments? Rural, urban, suburban? Middle of nowhere Montana has less than Nashville, Tennessee, as far as job opportunities. Question 3. Are you open to relocation? Yes, anywhere. Yes, within region. Limited relocation. No relocation. Question 4. How many months could you sustain your current lifestyle without income? Less than 1 month? 1 to 3 months? 3 to 6 months? 6 to 12 months? Or 12+ months? These 4 answers define your operational parameters. Geography constraints, where? Financial runway constraints, how long? Timeline constraints, how fast? Relocation flexibility constraints, how wide your search can be. Don't flinch at your answers. If your runway is 1 month, that's not failure. That's a design parameter. It means your route requires a stable income bridge while you build toward alignment. It's okay. Question 5. How does your family situation impact your career transition flexibility? Consider these things: spouse's career stability, children's school schedules, aging parent care, mortgage obligations, whether your spouse supports risk taking, etc. Pause the video. Be honest about your family impact. The strategic purpose. Family isn't a constraint to resent, it's a stakeholder to honor. Your career transition affects everyone in your household. Acknowledging that isn't a weakness, it's the same kind of mission planning that made you effective in uniform. Look, if your spouse is supportive of risk taking and has stable income, you have a safety net, but use it strategically. This is the time for a bold pivot. However, if you have young children and a mortgage, your transition needs to protect the family floor while pursuing the career ceiling. That might mean a bridge job that pays bills while you build toward alignment on the side. Or if you're single with minimal obligations, you have maximum flexibility. Use it now because life constraints tend to increase over time. Question 6. What support do you have? Check all that apply. Supportive spouse or family, financial safety net, professional mentors, strong network and target field, emotional support system, professional coaching or counseling. Your support inventory reveals your resource base. Missing resources aren't dead ends, they're gaps to fill. No network, that becomes action item 1. No mentor, that's what informational interviews are for. No financial safety net, that means your bridge strategy needs to be airtight. Question 7. What trade offs are you willing or unwilling to make? Consider salary versus fulfillment, stability versus growth potential, work life balance versus advancement, location versus opportunity, autonomy versus structure. Pause the video. What will you trade and what won't you trade? This is the negotiation with reality. Your vision says where you want to go. Your trade offs say what you'll accept to get there. The things you won't trade are your non negotiable constraints. The things you will trade are your flexibility points, the levers you can pull when opportunities don't match perfectly. Next sequence: 5 risk scenarios. Rate your comfort level from 1 to 5. 1 means very uncomfortable, 5 means energized by the uncertainty. Risk 1, taking a lower salary initially for growth potential, 1 to 5. Risk 2, leaving stable employment before securing a new role, 1 to 5. Risk 3, relocation for the right opportunity, 1 to 5. Risk 4, starting in an entry level position in a new field, 1 to 5. Risk 5, investing time and money in additional training, 1 to 5. Your risk ratings create a transition strategy type. Mostly 4s and 5s, you're a bold pivoter. You can pursue dramatic career changes, entrepreneurship, or complete industry switches. You have the psychological capacity for uncertainty. Your strategy? Leverage your risk tolerance for bigger moves. Don't settle for safe and boring. If you have mostly 2s and 3s, you're a strategic stepper. You want movement, but you want it managed. Your strategy? Incremental transitions, lateral moves that build toward your vision, bridge jobs that keep income while you build alignment. If you have mostly 1s and 2s, you're a stability builder. You need security as a foundation. That's not cowardice, it's wisdom if your family situation demands it. Your strategy: find the most aligned role within safe parameters, build security first, and then expand towards purpose. All of these are valid. Your risk profile isn't a character judgment, it's a route calculation. Question 8. What's your minimum required compensation? The floor, below which you cannot sustain your family. Question 9. What's your desired compensation range? The target that reflects your value. Look, the gap between minimum and desired is your negotiation range. A bridge job can fall anywhere in that gap. Your aligned career should target the upper end. Knowing both numbers prevents two mistakes: taking too little out of desperation or demanding too much and missing viable opportunities. Question 10. What are your most important benefits and perks? Write your top 3. Health insurance, retirement matching, flexible schedule, remote work, education support, paid leave. What is it? Write it down. Question 11. What are your current challenges? Check all that apply. Lack of career direction, limited relevant network, skill gaps for target roles, confidence in transition, understanding market opportunities, translating experience to new fields, interviewing and positioning skills. Question 12. How much time can you dedicate to career development per week? 0 to 2 hours? 3 to 5 hours? 6 to 10 hours or more? Final question. What's the most valuable support you can receive right now? Choose one. Career direction clarity, strategic planning and roadmap, skill development guidance, networking and market intelligence, interview and positioning, coaching, ongoing accountability and support. Your answer to this last question tells you what your next step should be. If you need direction clarity, you've been building it for 5 weeks. Review your notes. If you need strategic planning, that's in the final video. If you need development, identify the specific gap and invest in closing it. If you need networking, start with 100 cups of coffee process. If you need interview coaching or accountability, that's where working with someone one-on-one makes the biggest difference. All right, 19 questions, 1 transition readiness profile. Your operational parameters: timeline, geography, runway, relocation, flexibility, your family and support, stakeholder considerations, resource inventory, trade-off willingness, and then your risk profile, bold pivoter, strategic stepper, or stability builder, and your practical specifications, compensation range, benefits priorities, current challenges, time available, and most needed support. Your assignment before the series finale: 1. Download the transition planning calculator from the description if you haven't already. Input your financial runway, timeline, and family parameters. It generates a month-by-month action plan matched to your risk profile. 2. Write your transition strategy statement. Here's the framework. Given my blank timeline and blank financial runway with blank family considerations, I will pursue blank strategy type toward blank career alignment from week 4, starting with blank, whatever that first action is. 3. Review all your notes from weeks 1 through 5. Next video, we bring everything together, so come ready. Your constraints are not failures. They're the walls of the room you're designing in. And a great architect makes beautiful things inside any set of walls. You now have every piece of the puzzle: identity, purpose, energy, values, strengths, career alignment, tribe characteristics, environment specification, transition readiness. Video 15 is the finale. We put it all together. We review, we reflect, and we build your complete career intelligence brief. And we chart your next 30 days. Come with your journal, your notes, and your courage. It's been a journey, and next video, we finish it. Shepherd 1 out.
When you're ready, this is the next and final video. You found your way home. Now go build from here.